Have you ever found yourself declining invites more often, letting the phone ring without guilt, or choosing a quiet evening alone over another group dinner you used to enjoy? You might wonder, am I becoming antisocial? The answer? Number, you're becoming wise. In this video, we'll explore the powerful and often misunderstood shift in your social life as you age. We'll uncover the 7 deeply human, psychology-backed reasons why this transformation happens, and why it's not just normal, it's essential. Stay with us until the end, because what you're about to hear might bring you peace, closure, and maybe even joy in the life you're living right now. Before we begin, a small request. If this video resonates with you, comment 1 below so I know you're still watching with me. And if you'd like more videos about the emotional wisdom that comes with age, hit subscribe and tap the bell. Let's begin. Reason number 1. You're no longer chasing approval. You're choosing peace. In your younger years, you may have spent countless hours molding yourself into someone who fits in. You smiled when you didn't feel like it, laughed when the joke wasn't funny, listened endlessly while others talked over you. Why? Because we're raised to believe that being liked means being included, and being included means we matter. But aging changes that. You no longer measure your worth by the number of friends or party invitations. You begin asking different questions. Does this person see me? Do I feel safe around them? Do I leave this interaction lighter or heavier? You're not pulling away from people. You're pulling away from pretense. It's not about being rude. It's about being real. And there's no peace quite like the kind that comes from living in emotional honesty. Reason number 2. Energy becomes a currency, and you spend it wisely. You used to be able to bounce from one event to the next. Work, dinner, friends, more friends. But now, you start measuring your social energy like money. And you realize, it's limited. The noise of big crowds, the draining conversations, the people who never ask how you're doing. It all starts to take a toll. And so you begin to budget your energy. You spend it on deep talks, not small talk. People who pour into you, not pull from you. Silence when it brings more clarity than conversation. You're not antisocial. You're just energy aware, and that wisdom becomes your boundary. Reason number 3. You've carried others. Long enough, now you're caring for you. For years, maybe even decades, you were the one holding things together. The planner, the peacekeeper, the emotional first responder. You remembered birthdays. You checked in. You made sure everyone else felt included. But now, you ask something radical. Who's checking on me? When the answer is no one, something shifts. You stop doing emotional labor for people who wouldn't do the same for you. You stop reaching out to keep dead friendships alive. You stop being the glue for people who let everything fall apart anyway. You begin to see that giving from an empty cup is not noble, it's harmful. So you retreat, not in anger, but in protection. You're not becoming antisocial. You're just tired of one-sided connections. Reason number 4. Your circle shrinks, but your standards rise. There's a myth that everyone over 60 is lonely. But loneliness isn't about being alone. It's about being unseen around people who don't truly know you. And many seniors discover something surprising. A smaller circle brings greater joy. Because now, your circle includes the friend who lets you be silent, the relative who never judges, the neighbor who knows you well enough to check in when something's off. You don't need 100 people. You need 3 who truly understand you. And if that number is 0 for now, you cherish your own company instead, because you've learned being alone is not the same as being lonely. Reason number 5. Physical reality shapes emotional choices. No one talks about this part enough. Your body changes. What used to be easy, dinners, loud parties, long drives, now takes effort. Chronic pain, fatigue, or just needing more rest all start to influence your social life. You might say no, not because you don't care, but because your knees ache, because the room will be too loud, because you'll be wiped out for 2 days after. You start designing a life around your actual needs, not outdated expectations. And that means morning coffee with one good friend beats a late-night gathering. A walk at your pace feels better than a crowded celebration. Saying no becomes an act of self-respect, not antisocial behavior. This isn't withdrawal, it's alignment. Reason number 6. Grief redefines your capacity. As you age, grief becomes a quieter, ever-present companion. You've lost people, parents, siblings, partners, friends, and with every loss, a part of your social life shifts. Sometimes, it's easier to stay home than explain your story again. Sometimes, it's comforting to sit with a memory rather than start over with a stranger. Sometimes, solitude is the only place you feel fully safe. Grief teaches you that time is sacred, and it reminds you that every yes comes at a cost. So you become more selective, not because you've closed off, but because you know the weight of losing someone. And now, you only let in what feels true. Reason number 7. The deepest connection is with yourself. Here's the final beautiful truth. As your outer world quiets, your inner world blossoms. You begin to enjoy your own rhythm. You create rituals. Tea at 3, a walk at 6, your favorite music before bed. You discover new joys in writing, nature, silence. You stop living for the next big moment, and you start living in the moment. Your social life doesn't disappear, it transforms. And the richest connection you now have is the one you've built with yourself. The you who no longer fakes it to fit in. The you who has nothing to prove. The you who feels deeply, laughs sincerely, and rests when needed. You're not becoming antisocial. You're becoming whole. So here's the truth. You're not fading. You're focusing. You're not avoiding people. You're honoring yourself. Aging doesn't mean disappearing. It means discerning. And if that means fewer connections, but better ones, that's not a loss. That's a win. If you're still watching this, comment "Still with you" below. It lets me know this message resonated with you. And maybe it tells someone else reading the comments that they're not alone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more soul-deep stories just like this one. Until next time, remember, your peace is not a weakness. It's your wisdom. If this video resonates with you, if you felt this change in your own life, please comment "Still with you" below. It lets me know you're walking this path with me. And it tells someone else scrolling the comments that they're not alone. And if you want more honest, soul-deep content about aging, peace, and personal power, like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a moment of truth.